Testing 1 2. All right. What's up, everybody? How you doing? Hope all is well with you and your family. It's been great. It's been a beautiful day. I'd like to thank each and every single one of y'all for being here with me. As you know, I'm very excited to be doing these sort of things with y'all. And I'm just happy that you guys are here. Period, point blank. Now, I'm going to be doing some Ask Astro. I'm looking for my chat. Let's go live chat. Where's my chat? All chat. Hey, y'all, if you, wherever you are from, wherever you are, send a message in the chat. Let me see where you at, what you got up, what's going on. Like people like to say, Wataguan. That's what they like to say in the Bahamas. Is Wataguan. All right. Just wanna trying to figure out why I haven't been getting my messages on Facebook to see what the hell is going on. But I know what I have to do. I have to literally. I literally have to go on my Facebook and take a look. All right. So I can be able to see what you're saying, because the plugins for Facebook, I'm not seeing your messages unless I go on my page. Take a look. Well, it's a beautiful Wednesday, I like to say. It's an amazing, beautiful Wednesday. Y'all excuse me a second. It's a beautiful Wednesday, and I'm here with you guys. All right? Definitely here with y'all. I appreciate y'all being here with me. All right? Let me just. All right. So, let's see where it says that we're live. We're live on Facebook, but it doesn't reflect that. So, give me a minute. I'm sorry, y'all. I was going through technical difficulties. You can imagine that I was trying my best to see how I could get this audio to be working. And I like my audio to be on point because I like to play around with my audio. I like to talk shit. Okay, that's just how it is. I like to talk shit. So it was a little unfortunate I get a chance to see. All right. All right. Let's see who all is in, who's tuned in, wherever you're from. Just shout out where you're from. We just want to see where you are. If you're listening, it's not a lot of you on, but wherever you're from, we appreciate y'all. You know, send a message. Let us know where you're from, where you're at, what you're doing. Yeah. What the hell is going on with this plugin? I don't see our messages on top. So, anyway, it is what it is. I'll try to fix that later. All right. So for now, I can only see my YouTube messages. Okay. So everybody's on Facebook. Just come over to YouTube. It's the only place I'll be able to see you. You also will have to send me a message on Messenger if you want to get your if you want to do an Ask Astro. Today, for worthy cause, we are doing an Ask Astro, $25. Y'all, I be working overtime. Overtime. If you're interested, like I say, come on YouTube. Those who come on Facebook, come on YouTube. I don't know what's going on, but I can only be able to see. All right. We got Oklahoma. We got New York City, Adrian in the building. We got Oklahoma in the building. Glad to have y'all there. Like I said, I appreciate you guys. All right. We are excited to have all of y'all here. Who is ever here with me? Appreciate you. Now, just some exciting news before we get into your charts is literally the Astro Crime Unit has been going, and we're we're finishing off our second and third case. The only reason why you don't know about it is because we didn't post it as yet. It's a lot of editing, a lot of work have to be done. All right, a lot of work has got to be done in order for us to write, to bring it to you the way we want it to be. So definitely, all right, definitely looking. We're excited about that to show y'all. We're extremely excited about that. And like I said, I'm here if you guys are looking to. And I've noticed a few things on social media lately, maybe because of what we do now. There's a lot of people posting about crimes and things that happen to them, or people they know. And I would say that it's trending now. People want to get to the bottom of why persons do what they do. Like, we try to figure out, why would this person shoot this person or kill this person? Just saw the other day, I think it was yesterday, where there was somebody who actually, a WT person, okay, not YT person, shot and killed his wife because he suspected that she was cheating, and he went over her body, filled the magazine again, went over her, shot her again, and then spat on her body. It's serious. It's a serious times. Okay? Serious times. Now, I wish I could show y'all these cases that we're dealing with. But the case that we're dealing with is very, very, it got us on our toes as a team, as a unit. We took on, and we will let you know when all of the positions for all the positions are taken, and we're taking on 2 in each position. Our team is growing by the minute, and we all have different gifts to give. Just imagine that you have remote viewers, psychic mediums, evidential mediums. All right, that means psychometry. We have astrologers, tarot readers, pendulums, intuitives, shamans. Could you imagine that all of those persons, all those gifts, come together just to get to the bottom of why things happen? That's right. Now, we're taking on what we call cold cases, cases that people overlook. They don't check for them. They're not focused on them. But we are. This is so that we can give back to the community, for people who, may have lost their family, their loved ones, people who they care about, people who are long but not forgotten. It's a part of our humanitarian effort. We're also into another effort. If there is somehow, and we're not closed to it, if there's a small thing that you want to find the answer to, one of the things are, is my boyfriend cheating? Is my wife cheating? We'll take that on for a small price, and as my team, we'll make sure that the team is compensated, because they do work, have their own jobs. So this is sort of them to receive a bit of their favor back whilst we're helping in the same process. I haven't talked about my team. We're having a briefing today, and today is also where we vote on 2 more members of our cast, of our unit. All right. At the end of it all, it's going to be 24 persons. That's right, 24 persons. So we are, like I said, a growing unit. You'd be surprised. Some of those persons who are on the unit be right underneath my post saying hello, hi. And that's because they're gifted. They have skills and talents that you could possibly have as well. But because you're so afraid of actually, or not confident in your gifts, you chose to stay silent. But this was an opportunity for you to display your gifts and talents and skills. And this is not to say that you're here for a poppy show, because we're not. We have a thing called uh, no main character. There's no main characters. I'm only the face, but we all and contribute equally. The reason why there's no main character, because these cases, some of these are sensitive. Some of these persons, could be implicated in it. So, no main characters. You can be targeted. I'm in the Bahamas. You're gonna find me. But for those who work with me, first who work in the Astro Crime Unit, they are protected. You can't find them. And that's the reason why we want to make sure everybody's safe. You see, we do make sure that, even inside any kind of unit, when there's a solving of a crime, when there's an arrest, you would never really see the investigator being shown. The reason why is because they can be implemented, followed, stalked. Nobody knows about it. All you see is the commissioner of police say, "Hey, we've just had an arrest of 125,000 kilos of coke right on the port. Due to our investigators and our hardworking police staff, we are now safe from drugs." And that's because it's important to keep the safety of these people. And when we're taking on anybody that comes to the unit, these are we call them, even though they have their own character outside of the unit, even though they have their own personality, and they may be on social media, and you probably know them, they know that this is not about them. This is about the give back. And we're also interested, I'm going to be implementing with my team, as they're probably watching now, is we're going to make a way for them to also, with loyalty and dedication, some way, somehow, there's going to be opportunities for them as well. But for y'all who are here to get an Ask Astro, what you can do, if you got questions that you need answers to, my inbox are open. You can message me at Leslie Demetrio Brown, and we'll go from there. All right, let's see. Agent Van Taylor, how you doing? Okay, it's the frequency. Man, I just wish I could just put these up. I don't know what's going on. It's not giving me the opportunity to do that. So if you guys, I don't see any questions yet, so just know that there's an update for what we're about to do. It's going to be a great update. Possibly by next week, we're going to have our first video up, and it'll entail details of a specific case, one that we took on with our heart. It was a very, we call it, I call it a love case, meaning that we started to get, and these are very emotional cases, where people just take other person's lives, but mostly sometimes no regard. Now, we know on the deeper end, well, myself, know that these souls have chosen every single thing that happened to them before they came to Earth. Nothing is by coincidence. Every single thing happens because they set themselves up to experience that. That's right. Ultimately, there are no victims here. You're on Earth You set your program to experience what you experienced. Okay. Another thing is on my Facebook. I think it was yesterday, day before yesterday. As you can see, there was some remarkable breakthroughs when it comes to the chart and figuring out things that people would never even thought could be calculated with astrology. These are innovative and very transformative information for the women that are following. As you can see, I mentioned ideas and situations, circumstances that are closely connected to astrology. One of those things being pregnancy. Also, as you know, dealing with the male and female desire for the opposite sex. That's right. That's what I've noticed. Is that the females in their chart, the Jupiter, Mars, and Lucifer, not to be confused with religious terms. This is the asteroid Lucifer. The combination of those three, or the trilogy, or the trinity, will tell a man exactly what kind of man is perfect for her. All right? And in a man's chart, a man's Juno, Venus, and dark moon Lilith will tell a woman exactly what type of partner he would find and ultimately not cheat on. Now, I know I got some questions and feedback from answering the question of what if the man has three different things? And what if those things, those three different, like the Juno is in Aries and the Venus, I mean, sorry, if the Venus is in Aries and the Juno is in Taurus and the dark moon is in Virgo, are those three different women? Possibly. Possibly, if you do not hold the essence of a wife that is very spontaneous, aggressive, the Venus, which is more so very sturdy and stable and financially stable, very routine, and the Virgo, the opulent Virgo, meaning that real super freak who is want to be your sex slave. If you don't have all three of those qualities, then ultimately he is going to search to fill the void of one of those positions. Because Juno is the long-term partner that he would desire. Well, not desire in his life, not desire sexually. And being somebody's Juno doesn't mean that it is a happily ever after. All it means is that you are seen as the wife. And there are some wives who are unhappy because they sit at home or they gotta keep up a facade of being exciting and happy go and that sort of thing, whatever that Juno is sitting in. All right? And to tell you the truth, being somebody's Juno doesn't mean that they won't cheat on you. Being somebody's wife doesn't mean they won't cheat on you. Because if that man has his Venus in a different side, and you as a Juno don't also hold those characteristics, then you will be cheated on. And I'm going to give you all some examples so you could see what I mean by that. I'm going to use some examples. So, and the dark moon Lilith, this is more the kind of woman he is sexually drawn to, like one that he would sleep with in secret, somebody who he would cheat on. It doesn't care what is the circumstance. This is the kind of woman he'd be instinctively cheat with. So you have to have all three of those qualities. The only male that I would say that won't cheat will be the male that has all three of those things in one side. Those men are very rare As you know, I made the post about how rare that man is. That's right. That's right. It is very rare. I think it's like one in every, what is it, 144,000? Or one in every 14,400? One of those. That's how rare that man is. And that's the kind of man that most women want, right? They want a man who desire them, who do the freaky things with them, who would want them to be their their wife. That's that. You have that man has to have all three of those things. If he doesn't, if you don't have those qualities, don't look for it to happen. Eventually, even if there are two things, if his Juno and his Venus are qualities that you have, and you don't have the dark moon Lilith, he's gonna be faithful, but he would cheat in secret, and you already know how that's gonna turn out. Men cannot cheat secretly, easily. Okay, and it further proves that majority of men are not naturally monogamous. The crazy part about it is the same could be said for the women. You see, on a woman's chart, the Jupiter, the Mars, and the Lucifer in her chart would literally show, with all those three things, the kind of man she wants. This is why, and the crazy part about it is men are just as complicated, but they do not say. Most men say, man, I just want peace, and a little peace on the side. But that's not entirely true. Men's desire for the perfect partner is also very complicated, just as complicated as women. I challenge anybody with that because the analysis, the data shows it. It shows that men want a particular thing, and it's coinciding with the Juno, the Venus, and the dark moon Lilith. And the women, they want the Jupiter, which is their husband. Man of God, a man that's ambitious, driven, somebody who's already made, has abundance, can take care of you. That's a Jupiter trait. A man that is taller, big, stronger, can last long. I don't mean that. I mean, like, I don't know where your minds went. I mean, last long in life, as stability, so to speak. And that's the Jupiter trait. You notice all women be like, I want him stronger, I want him taller than me, I want him so and so. Jupiter is the biggest planet in our universe. This is where that comes from. This is why men don't really care about height. The reason why is because Venus is a very small planet. Juno is a small planet. Dark moon Lilith almost is non-existent physically. So they don't care about that. Everything is literally wired to the universe. Everything. Everything in our existence, experience, is wired to the universe. And once you get the code, it's easy. So the woman wants the Jupiter. They want everything bigger, bolder, smarter, educated, established. All these are Jupiter words. And then they want a Mars man. And that man is the man that they want to have fun with. This is the one who they enjoy. This is the one who gets it done. Because Mars is about action. It's about drive. It's about focus. This is the manly man that she's literally instinctively drawn to. In her chart, this shows who she possibly can have a steady flow of sexual connection because Mars is the planet that rules sex alongside Pluto. This is the planet that rules also chaos, action. And this is the reason why, at a certain age, a woman would choose, at a certain age in the youth, would choose men who are actually terrible for them. Men who are very violent, very aggressive, the gangsters. That's right, the gangsters. All right? And that Mars in that placement, in her chart, tells you about it. It literally gives you the knowledge of who this kind of man is. And then you have Lucifer in the chart. It's crazy, right? You think like, what? Not me, Astro. Lucifer, I'm about God, of course. I am. I am too. I'm about source, consciousness, collective consciousness, right? And in a natal chart, that asteroid can tell the kind of freak she wants. This is the dude who she cheat on. I mean, who she cheat with secretly without anybody knowing. Hence the reason why we have I would say, when it comes to DNA testing and children, why there is a 33% chance that the father is not the father and the father doesn't know. In Jamaica, it's up to 68%. And in France, there is no calculation. It's illegal to DNA test anybody inside France because they don't want to break up the homes. That's right. So men and women cheat equally, but differently. Men and women cheat equally, but differently. Okay? And we've noticed this from the experience of these three placements. And that Lucifer in the chart is the one that she wants to get freaky with, wants a secret sexual relationship. The one that she can't help. She feels sort of drawn to this dude. And it's almost as if she can't even help it. It's like, oh my God, damn. I don't know why. I just can't help myself with this guy. And you may be the same person, guys. If you're watching this, you may be a woman's Lucifer. Then you also could be a woman's Jupiter. Now, Jupiter in Greek mythology is Zeus, right? In some mythologies, Thor. Now, is known as the god of all gods. So if you want whatever god that is that you, religion that you're connected to, it could be Christianity, it could be Buddhism, Hinduism, Muslim. Jupiter represents that. And this is what she wants. She wants that godly mind, the mind that has integrity, stands up, and is popular among people, that other persons love. That's that Jupiter. So, like I said, with the combination of the Jupiter, the Mars, and the Lucifer, she actually wants a combination of all three. That's right. And if you want, first and foremost, I'll do what we consider something a little free. Oh, we got somebody. Okay. And let's go. I'm gonna give you a call so we can be able to hear. They won't be able to see you, but they'll be able to hear you. Oh, let me take this out. Hello?
Hello.
How you doing?
Hey Astro, I'm good. How are you?
Excellent, excellent. Thank you for actually, saying, let me do this with you. I appreciate you, Adriana.
Of course. I don't know why I haven't been catching these, but I'm so glad I have. And sorry for my voice. Allergies are kicking my butt.
It's okay. That's funny. It's all right. That's all right. I appreciate the voice. All right, I appreciate it. So your birthday is, you born in 1995, correct?
Yes.
All right, all right. So we're gonna take a look at that. Put your, let me fix this so I can put this over. There you go, and let's go. I'm gonna put my face over the the information, just for for people who be so skeptic about these things. I'm not skeptic at all. I don't be like, let me hide my stuff. I don't. I'd be like, see my chart here. There it is. Hey, there it is. Study. You think you can manipulate or control me by my chart? Absolutely not. I lead by example. I don't necessarily tell people something that I don't believe in and do myself. Um, you don't mind me asking you, what's your last name? Because I have an Adriana in my.
Isom, Isom. It's
Okay.
probably me.
Say what? It's probably you, huh?
I said it's Isom, Isom, but I said it's probably me if it's spelled like my name.
Okay. I got you the 21st and boom. And 9:30 p.m.
Yes.
And you were born Charlotte,
Yeah.
Charlotte, North Carolina, because there is so much Charlottes on this map. You'd be surprised.
Shout out to Charlotte.
Do you live there now?
Yes.
Okay, all right, all right, all right.
It's my city. I love Charlotte.
Okay. Yeah, I like it too. I've been there like one, two, three, four, five, at least 5 times.
Yes. It's a wonderful city, honestly.
Yeah, Charlotte was one of my spots. That's one of my places. All right, it's coming up. All right, the Taurus rising.
Yes.
Ah. So is this a synastry?
Yes.
Oh, that's what we do it. We checking out at the okay. I'm not gonna tell nobody else.
You know, I always call you for synastry questions.
That is true.
Always.
You wait, is this a new guy?
Yes, of course.
I'm gonna just put him as Isom, okay? Wade Isom.
Might as well.
So how long y'all been going now?
well, we started. Actually, we met each other like last year on his birthday in July, and we made it official in January. So, just mapping to see. This is like
Wait,
my
wait.
first.
Y'all live together?
We don't, but we might as well because he's my neighbor.
Whoa.
I know it's
Whoa.
in there. I already seen it.
He's your neighbor?
Literally, like 4 steps away from me. That's how I met him.
Man, listen. Listen. I'm gonna cut this camera on for me. I gotta look in your face. You better answer this camera because I gotta look you in your face. You
No!
cut this
Wait,
camera off,
nobody
miss.
else can see me, can they?
Nobody can see you other than me. They can only
Okay,
hear your
okay, okay,
voice.
okay. I'm like, you know.
Only me can see you right now, okay? Only me can see you.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, he's my neighbor. Like, yes, like literally. So we spend all of our time together, honestly.
Is he there now?
No, he's at work. Technically, I'm at work too, but I'm on a lunch.
All right. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna um you want what's the question? I know you got 3 questions. Let me see what these questions are so I could be one is what is Wade's purpose in my life? What are some
Mm-hmm.
challenges with this connection? And do you see high potential for marriage or a child in this connection? Boy, you just piled on me today. You was like, I'm gonna just give it to Astro. I'm gonna let him sort out the rest. That's what you say, huh?
You know, brief answers. Just
So
whatever in that box.
there are a
I
few
don't have
ways to
that
look at
much time, unfortunately. I have to get off at like 1:05. Well, that's my time. Okay, in like 10, 15 minutes.
what happened in 10, 15 minutes.
I have a meeting.
Oh, so let me make sure I get this right for you. All right, real quick. All right, so what we're gonna do is I'm gonna take a look Let me do a bi-wheel, and then I'm also gonna do a compatibility and run a compatibility with you and him. All right. Let me
Okay.
just. So this is your natal, okay? Now natal is a little different. I don't know if you can look at my. When you take a chance, your purpose in this life is that you said, "What's my purpose in my life?" And you're on the inside. His is on the outside. So what I have to look at is I have to look at his north node, and his north node is sitting in your 12th house. Okay. And your north node, believe it or not, is oh damn, all right, is sitting in his ninth house, but not ninth. Sorry, 10th house actually, because your north node is in
Mhm.
Libra,
In
and
Libra.
right.
Yeah.
Oh damn, y'all
Mhm.
got. I'm looking at this conjunction right here, and y'all got a thing going on. Yeah, y'all got a yeah. Let me make sure this clicks so you can see what I mean. Y'all got a thing going on, sugar. Um, I don't know what to say. What I mean by that is his your Mars is conjunct his Pluto, which means that the sex is almost insatiable. That means there's an obsession between you both. You nod your head like, uh-huh, uh-huh. Yep. It seems as if there is definitely some ooh and ahs inside there. All right. Now, his north node is sitting in your 12th house. That means that his purpose, well, let me progress this card. I want to be completely honest, completely clear. According to this, his
Mhm.
purpose is to bring you havoc spiritually. It's a slow bake
Mm.
karma. All right. Y'all two have karma. You would not like to hear that because most people be like, I don't want to hear that, Astro. I just want to be loved.
But it's not surprising. It feels karmic just because
Intense it is,
how
right?
we've entwined in each other's lives. It feels like something we done did before.
Y'all are karmic, sugar. I want you to understand that Pluto conjunct Mars is not a easy aspect. It's actually very hard to deal with. And when I say hard to deal with, it means it starts off sweet. It has to be sweet, so you don't miss your karma. Y'all don't, you know, um, opt out on the assignment that your soul chose for y'all to experience. I know, you don't like how it sounds. I get it.
You know
And
what?
now we're gonna
It's
take a look at.
whatever. I
Let's do.
have my Mars in my seventh house. I'm gonna do this for my entire fucking life. Apparently.
I know, I know, I know. It is what it is. So this is your.
I have
This,
Mars and Pluto in my seventh house and Scorpio. Like literally, this is just my life. I just at this point, I just accept it for what it is.
well, according to this, his now purpose in your life, based upon his North Node, still being inside your progressed, or you are a progressed Gemini rising. His North Node now is sitting inside your. His progressed North Node is sitting in your 11th house of friendship. What his purpose is in this lifetime is is to be a particular a friend and partner, I guess, because Mars is in Scorpio uh, in your chart. I mean, well, Mars is in Leo in your chart, in his chart, and Mars in your chart is actually in Sagittarius. So his purpose in your life is to be your friend, your associate, your confidant, sort of like a best friend. Okay. However, that doesn't come with easiness because Mars or Aries is literally the planet and the sign that rules war and conflict. But the war and conflict doesn't come from anything else other than the fact of your spirituality, your belief system, and what you believe. That is where it possibly could come into play. If you stray off a little too far, he may be like, hey, nah, hold up. Or there could possibly be clashes of belief system that you two both have, but one just swing to the next. Your purpose in his life, if we switch it around, his north is south node. So his south node is in your fifth house. And right now, this is why you're having the enjoyment of being together. The other thing is, what I'm seeing here is that since his south node is in your fifth house, there's a possibility, if you're capable of having children, of you normally feeling like you want to have a child for this person. All right, that's going to be the thing that shows up because of that south node sitting in his fifth house. The south node in the fifth house normally represents fun sex, romanticism. It represents children, speculation, and gambling. Because it's in Libra, you both are going to feel as if this should be something of marriage, and probably in a previous lifetime, around this exact same time that you were together, y'all were possibly married, and there were issues, wounds, because Chiron is conjunct the south node, and so is Mercury. So there were issues dealing with communication, and also issues dealing with wounds that one of you never healed, possibly you, because your Chiron is there. All right. The second question: what are some challenges with this connection? And some of the challenges with this connection, based upon the progressed synastry, are his Saturn is sitting in your seventh house. So is his MC. Now, Saturn represents longevity, but it also represents karma, like we talked about. And with his Saturn now in his progressed chart, Saturn sitting in your progressed chart, seventh house, there could be a delay in the answering to your third question, which is about marriage. His Uranus is sitting in your seventh house, so he may want a sort of a twist between you being his and also the relationship being something unconventional. According to this, that could be a challenge. Another challenge is Mars is sitting inside your third progressed house. And there could be some ego clashes when it comes to communication as time goes on. You both are going to argue about things because of either him eventually showing off some form of, I don't want to say the word entitlement, but it's also because of all these Leo placements, a sort of narcissistic traits that he wasn't even born with that he would have acquired according to his progressed chart. And that may be part of the problem that shows up as well as time go on. That's what I see here. Uranus, Sun in the fifth house. That's what I see here, basically. The Uranus in the seventh, Pluto in the sixth. Oh, possibility. If he's not careful, there's a possibility that he should be very open with you, especially when it comes to sex. I mean, open with you, I mean, and telling you if he's sleeping with somebody else. Because there's a strong possibility that he can affect you sexually. See, his Pluto is sitting in your progressed sixth house of Scorpio, and is conjunct Vertex and widely conjunct Venus, which means that he could possibly throw off your pH balance. And this pH balance being thrown off is because of the fact that there's a possibility that there may be somebody else. Oh, you sound like you already know this.
Well, yeah, part of that is true. Yeah.
You like part
I
of it
won't
is
go
true.
into details on here, but
I get it.
part
I
of
get
that
it.
is
You
true.
already
Yeah,
know.
part of that is true for sure.
Well, you already know I was gonna see it. I see it here. So I mean, I see a lot of potential for marriage and or a child in this connection. I see a child. That's
Due to the South Node in the fifth house,
due to the south node in the fifth house. Yes,
is that the only indicator?
it's like a rerun. Well, also, if we look back, let me look back at the synastry itself. Let me see where is that between you and him. Ah, okay, let me just put it back again. Right here, and boom. Okay, the ruler, that's right. I see that because of that. And his ascendant, his progressive ascendant is in Pisces. And one, two, three, four, five. The moon is the ruler of his fifth house, and it's in your 10th house. Uh, that's possibly the, and where should, your Juno where's your Juno? And your Juno, well, that's not your Juno. Your Juno is in the 29th degree in the seventh house. I don't see, that's the only indicator I see of that.
Okay. Yeah, because I just it doesn't seem like concrete, but it does seem like you said, like a rerun, like something we've done before. But
Mm-hmm.
I don't think just because of that, it's something that we need to do again this
Your
life.
chart, the chart is showing that just have fun. This is not your forever that you've been looking for.
Mm.
Just enjoy the moment, the time that it is, and experience the comic release. I like to say, don't be scared of comic releases. That is important for your soul's growth. So it may seem like it's a challenge, but just be.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm just taking it as it is. Like, 'cause I'm not really worried about marriage or anything. And then the thing, like I said, just it was kind of like an illusion over it. Like, did
Yeah,
we do
I
this
get it.
before? Are we supposed to be doing this again? But other than that, the relationship is, it's been kind of, I don't know, like stable,
Yeah,
routine.
yeah, it's gonna be stable. It definitely gonna be. He's
Mm-hmm.
gonna hit all of his placements is sitting in your third house communication. All right, his Venus and his Mercury dark monolith. That means y'all talk about sex. Y'all talk about things relevant. Y'all talk about things you enjoy. You talk about things that is ambitious and driven, and things that you feel is natural talents. I see that because his all of his stellium is sitting in your third house communication. So that's definitely what I see there. All right,
Mm-hmm.
and eighth house, in his eighth house, well, is this eighth? It is Pisces. No, sorry, this is his. Yeah, this is his eighth house. Your Sun, your North Node, and your Mercury and your Chiron is sitting in his eighth house of intense relationship. So he is getting you are what he desires and experience, but there's going to be a karmic overload where it builds up, and then it's going to explode. And what's going to, yeah, it's showing that. All right.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
You're very
Great
welcome.
confirmation.
No problem. All right. All right. Bye.
See ya.
Bye. All right. That is beautiful. That's one of my favorite persons. All right. She for synastry. I always like when she comes for her synastry. Her her experiences are beautiful. I just love it. And she's so forthcoming with it. Andrea Richardson said, "Well, well, well. I need to do this one." So for those,
I'll pick it up. I'll pick it up. No, go check it. No.
right? Let's see who else is here in my inbox. One second, y'all. I should have used what would be suited for her, best suited for her as a partner. And let me say, Adrian, if you're still watching, I think I'm going to do that for you. I'm going to tell you exactly the kind of partner that this man would want, desire, like. And this is natal chart, and I'm going to also tell you his progressed. And in his natal chart, he's a Capricorn rising. He has his Juno Where's Juno? Oh, his Juno is in Pisces in the third house. So first and foremost, he wants his wife to be spiritual and be somebody who's communicative, somebody who's lighthearted with it, knows how to have fun, and very spiritually free, and who could talk about these things and sort of teach them in some way. His Venus is in Gemini. He also wants a woman that is communicative and also somebody to work out with and somebody that he possibly could work with because of it sitting in the sixth house. Okay? Somebody who's youthful, energetic, fun, and very lighthearted. Don't take it serious. And his dark moon Lilith is in Leo in the eighth house. That female also got to be regal, downright nasty in bed. I'm talking about love to be worshipped and love to worship in the bedroom. If you are not those three things, if you are those three things, there's a reason why he stood around and stayed around. It's because of these three things here. All right. Excelente, excelente, excelente. Let's see if I can draw on this. No, I can't draw on this. But yes, that's what it is. All right, who's next? Which one of y'all are next? With Andrea Richardson, I'd say that you should. Now, to answer your question also, Adriana, I'm going to show you what the kind of man that you would desire. And that also changes as time goes on. Your ideal man, based upon your natal chart, is based upon your Jupiter, which is in Sagittarius in the ninth house. I mean the eighth house. Let me see. Yes, it's in the eighth house. The Mars, which is in Scorpio, in the seventh house. And Lucifer, which we're going to find right now. Let me add Lucifer in here. So let me change this one here.
Yeah.
Change that to
Amen.
all right. And your Lucifer, according to this chart, is in Leo in the in the fourth house. So your kind of man is somebody who's amazing in bed, has a beit shalom, is focused on spirituality, especially and be a one that's very spontaneous sexually, according to this. Somebody who is partnership oriented and also very obsessed over you. You want this person to be obsessed over you. You want him to be a man's man, very controlling, very strong, and also a man that is loyal, dedicated, somebody who's focused on home and family, who wants to provide a home for you. It sounds about right, doesn't it? I'm sure it does. Well, that's what it's showing. I wish I could get to my Facebook. Let me see what my Facebook people are saying. Hey, my peoples. I'm going to try to read as much as I possibly can. All right? I'm going to try to read as most as I possibly can. Sorry. And if you're interested, you can message me on Messenger. Send your Cash App, $25 to Astro Einstein. That's $ Astro Einstein to my Cash App, and send your message to my messenger. Leslie Demetrio Brown. Your questions, everything. All right. Let's see if we clown over here. All right. So that's how you word. That's how you take a look at a man's chart when it comes to what he wants and what a woman wants. All right. That's how that is. So who's next? All right, we have somebody else. All right, just send a message. I saw the cash app. Just send a message. I got you. Oh, this is my longtime friend. I ain't seen her. I ain't hear from her in weeks, months. Simonde, how you doing? I remember our session, our quantum healing session. It was an amazing one. Yes, you actually have 3 questions. Your 3 questions for $25. You could ask any question, any 3 questions actually. All right. All right, Simone. That's 1 question. I need 2 more questions. We try to make sure you get your buck for your dollar. Hey, Katara Dillit, you can, in the description, you can send $25 cash app to Astro Einstein. You're gonna see Leslie Demetrio Brown, and then you can message Leslie Demetrio Brown on Facebook Messenger. Send your 3 questions, your date of birth, time of birth, and place of birth, and a screenshot of your cash app. of your transaction, and we got you. All right. Okay. So one day I'm gonna put up your stuff right now. Thank you for always choosing me. All right. All right. That's SYMUNDE Davis. All right. We ain't gonna say your date of birth. We're gonna keep it at that, but we're gonna type it in. And you were born 8:03 p.m. at Atlanta, Georgia. And so when they ask the question, what is my ideal partner right now? Guess what I'm going to do, Simonde? I'm going to call you. That's what I'm going to do. Not video call, but voice call. You know, hey, Simonde. Hello? Hello?
Hey, friend.
Hey, long time no see. No heard from.
I know. How are you?
Listen, I'm blessed and highly flavored. Even going through stuff, you just gotta, as a man, you just gotta just stay strong and just do what you gotta do, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, cause ain't no woman want no weak man who's crying about his situation and what he gotta deal with, and everybody's just they're just worried. No. Ain't nobody want to hear that. Ain't no female want to hear that. You know what that does? That puts a red flag on him. She's like, oh, hold up now. There's only room for one woman in this place. Only room for one. And you ain't going to take my place, so let me skedaddle. So, Simonde, are you in a relationship now?
serious. We just been, talking and getting to know each other
I
on a deeper level. We've known each other since high school, but just on a deeper level recently.
Ooh, I see. I'm looking at your chart now, and what I'm seeing is that yeah. So you never been married? You been married, right, Monday? Hello.
I'm here.
Now I was asking you, have you been married before? I can't remember if you have.
I didn't understand you. It's kind of breaking up.
All right, I was asking you, were you ever married?
Yes, once before.
Yeah. How long did that last? Because according to most Virgo risings, they normally, unless the man is a Pisces in energy and is very spiritual, that dude ain't gonna last long with a Virgo rising.
It was 7 years.
Okay, that's long enough. However, I'm looking at your chart, and you have your Jupiter, your Mars is in Sagittarius, your Lucifer is in Sagittarius, as conjunct your dark moon Lilith, and your Jupiter is in Capricorn. And that means that the kind of man that's very much your ideal, like when you were younger, because I'm a progressive, was the very muscular, built, strong men who were very knowledgeable, that could teach you, that was very, would say, either religious or spiritual, and knew or know, and also very much family oriented and want a family, meaning that they're somebody who is very, could be emotionally intelligent and also sensitive to the circumstances that you may be going through. Now, Jupiter is in Capricorn, which means that you're drawn to husbands who would be older, mature, and also leaders, somewhat like a very virtuous man. That's what I'm seeing here, based upon as a businessman, somebody who has it all together, who started from scratch, who's very pragmatic, very practical, and very hardworking. That sounds about right?
That sounds about right.
Now, as everybody grow older, their situation changes, right? They tend to their standards change, and that's because of based upon the progress chart. And your progress chart, your Jupiter and your Mars are in the same sign still. It's in the same sign now, and your Lucifer is in Capricorn now. So you got Mars and Jupiter. And what that means is that your ideal man is intelligent, emotionally intelligent, but also somebody who's very knowledgeable. The only crazy part about it is that you normally are drawn to or attract men who already have families or who's already in situations or circumstances. And that's because of the Mars being in Aquarius. So the more that persons tell you not to be with a person, the more you're going to be drawn towards them. When it comes to the dark sexual side, you want a man to be able to stay long. That Lucifer in Capricorn more so is the mature, very authoritative person that knows and likes to tell you what to do. Basically, a more mature, manly man. But according to this, you want a more spontaneous, but also emotionally intelligent. That Mars in Aquarius, very a fighter for people's rights. They have to be knowledgeable of different areas and understanding their philosophy should be different than most people. So that this is the fine line between what I said first and what you want.
Yes.
So the guy that you say is a situationship, is he single?
Say that again.
I said the guy that you say you're in a situationship, is he single? Meaning that it's only you?
As far as I know, yes.
How long have you been talking again?
As far as I know, he's single.
How long have you guys been talking?
We've been seriously talking probably about a month now.
Okay, and you've been by his house, you've seen his home, you've seen everything.
Yes.
Okay, all right, excellent. All right. Reason why I say that because most of the times when this shows up, that's normally somebody who is emotionally unavailable.
Mm. Now, he's very into his business and money and all of that. So, yeah.
I'm just letting you know that this guy, like I said, he may be into his business. Let's see if that's accurate. Ooh, your Uranus is actually in the 11th house, so in Libra. So even though you've been by his home, this is his home. He don't have another home.
Hmm.
Does he have a next home?
It's decent. It's not a shack, but it's okay.
Okay. I'm asking you if he lives there constantly, daily, every day.
To my knowledge, yes.
Okay. There's a possibility that he may be hiding a secret relationship. That's just what I see here. Uh, uh,
Okay.
I just want you to know that it's probably you probably won't know about it until he reveals it himself. So, or circumstances may reveal it for you. But other than that, you may even if you try to search for it, you won't because the Juno is in Sagittarius and it's in the second house. That means that it could be in a different country, meaning this person could be from a different race or a different background. All right,
Okay.
that's what I see. Any
Interesting, because my intuition picked something up like that, and I questioned him about it, and he claims that it's strictly platonic or whatever. I was like, okay, I'm putting it in my Rolodex, but okay.
Yeah, well, I'm telling you, basically, now you know they lie to you, but Astro don't lie to you. Astrology don't lie. Now, how would I known? How would I've known all of that detail about that
Yeah, my,
circumstance?
my BS meter doesn't lie either.
Yeah, that's the truth. So you sort of felt that and you was like, you know what? I'm gonna just go with it until I find out proof. That's what you're saying, huh?
Yes.
I had a feeling. I had a fe- I had a feeling. That sounds about right. It sounds very Simunde-ish. Well, um, you have any other questions for me?
um, Honestly, I don't. That was the biggest thing uh, in my forefront today.
Okay. Okay. All right. And I hope I can answer that question for you. I hope I answered it well enough for you.
You did. Thank you very much.
No problem. All right. Bye.
Talk to you soon.
All right. Bye. All right. For those who have Instagram and you don't have Facebook, my my Instagram is Astro Einstein Quantum Healer. Astro Einstein Quantum Healer. All one word. Isn't it beautiful how these things just can be seen and shown? Oh, we also have somebody else. All right. One second. Yeah, I never got a chance to answering this, so I'm gonna answer this right now. And I'm calling you. That's right. Are you on the job? Possibly on the job.
Hello.
Hey, how you doing?
Good, and yourself?
Well, you already know. I'm blessed and highly flavored.
Yes.
You know what? I never really. You know what? I always. You know, we talk on Messenger, but I don't know how to pronounce your last name.
Adipoju. The Adipoju.
Adipoju. I like that.
Yeah.
That is that Nigerian?
Yes. Yoruba.
Yoruba. Okay. And your date of birth is something something of the something, 1992, right?
Correct.
All right. And your time of birth is 9:36 p.m. And your place of birth is that place in Minnesota.
Yes.
All right.
She said, I can't wait to see her read it.
You say you can't what?
No, Jessica said I can't wait to see her read it.
Jessica just nosy. She just want to know. Everybody, listen. You got to be nosy to love astrology. You just got to be nosy. That's just
I'm nosy. I
right. You
am.
just got to be nosy to love astrology. But you're nosy in the. I would consider the right way. You're not. Hey, who's that guy there? No, you ain't got to ask that. You got the keys. Oh yeah, you're ascendant rising. Your sun is in Leo, and your moon is in Aquarius, 12th house. So it's your Saturn, dark moon, Lilith. Hmm, sounds about right. Now, I would say this, as you know, one of my unit partners uh, in Astro Crime Unit spoke highly of you before coming in there.
Oh,
Yes.
thank you. I forgot we was. I'm watching it live. I forgot you was on the phone too. Oh, thank you. I really appreciate that. It means a
Yep.
lot.
You can. You was highly recommended. He was like, "Yep, that's her. She's very knowledgeable." And I was like, "It sounds about right. She got a few blue planets inside Virgo. She got, her North Node is in Sagittarius. I could see, like, possibly see that." So one of your questions is, what information is my chart in my chart is the most valuable at this point in my life? I guess you want to look at your progress chart.
Mhm.
All right, so now at this point in time, you are a Taurus rising. You've been there for probably over 18 years. Your moon now is in Taurus in the first house, and this is placed possibly the time when you could put on a lot of weight. This is your most susceptible time in the past.
Really, I've been exercising. I've been losing weight.
Well, that's good. That's actually great that you're doing that. If you stop, you actually can possibly put on weight. So it's great that you're actually counteracting that. So you exercising, don't you stop. Not for the next 3 years.
Whew, man,
Next three
okay.
years, your ascendant will be in Gemini, where your metabolism will kick back into what it normally was, where you could eat all kind of stuff and become. So just know, because that Gemini rising is very, very much the metabolism is very fast, and you're here at the 24th degree, and probably the next, I say, 3 years, it'll be in Gemini. Now, the most important thing about this progress chart right now is possibly. Wait. Are you in a relationship now?
No,
You've been single for how long?
I've been single for about 3 years now.
What do you think the problem is?
Yep, for almost 3 years now.
No, I said, what do you think the problem is?
Oh, my problem?
The problem is.
Man, I think I pick codependent partners, and then I don't know. I get in the relationship and think I want to be in them, but then they start drowning me with all these emotions, and it just backtracked me in life. And so I'm scared to love now because I don't want to go back into a depression or have to pick myself back up. Oh,
Mm.
that's the problem. Oh, I can hear both of you. I mean, like it's like a backtracking. Like I can hear the background of our previous conversation. I can hear the conversation now.
Oh, that's because you have me on two things
Oh,
possibly running in your phone.
all right. I got you on just this one now. Okay.
Yeah, so based upon your chart, um, there's a reason why you're attracting, um, I would say, sensitive men. And that's because of this Mars. Your Mars has progressed into Cancer.
Oh, Lord, I hate him.
And Mars normally represents the kind of man you're instinctively drawn to and attracted to. And according to this, you're instinctively drawn now at this point in time into sensitive, emotional, codependent men. That are based upon this, and and then the other part is your Venus is now in your sixth house, and that's normally an indication of somebody who can be very picky when it comes to what they enjoy. Now, however, you also have your your Jupiter in Virgo, and your Lucifer is in Scorpio.
What? Get out of here.
In the
I
eighth,
never went back and looked at that. That is in. I hate Scorpio. I don't know if I say I hate
excuse me.
Scorpios. I hate unevolved Scorpio men. They're too emotional.
Well, that's absolutely incorrect. I don't know which Scorpio you talking about.
I have met so many unevolved Scorpio men. Like, they are just so
Mm-mm. I turn on this
emotional.
camera because you just violated. You just violated. Answer this camera. You just violated.
Wait. Hold on. Because I love Scorpios and Sagittarius when it comes to teaching me. You guys are the only ones that I can allow to guide me the way. But as far as relationships, it's a no. It's too emotional.
Uh, yeah. I can't speak for a Scorpio. Sorry. I am I I am a very detached Scorpio. I am that person.
Yeah.
I got that Uranus conjunct the my Mercury Uranus conjunct my Sun. I am that detached
But,
one that you can't. So not all Scorpios. That's when people generalize sun signs. I get on the
well, no.
defense.
So for me, it's in my ninth house. So when the Scorpios are sitting in my ninth house. So anything that they have, their Venus, their Mars, it's blown up there for me. And so it becomes a house of just water. So it's just too much emotion for me, per se. Not to generalize the sun sign, but just those placements in that
The
house.
crazy part about it is now, in your progress chart for long-term relationship, you have Scorpio there.
Oh my gosh.
So you're here fighting and hating. You gonna probably if you gonna mess around and be upset with Scorpios, you're gonna be single for the next 3 4 years.
Oh man. No
First and
Aquarius in
foremost,
there? I like Aquarius.
Your Lucifer is in Scorpio, which means that you want a man that's a freak that knows how to control and do that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But you're right here saying Scorpio. So according to this, the sun would be sitting inside. If it has a Scorpio sun, would be sitting in your seventh house of long-term commitment partnership. Your Jupiter
Oh, I know.
in Virgo in your fifth house in your progress chart, and you also have your Mars in Cancer. So there's a sort of a according to this, your ideal man
It's
is
emotional.
is emotional, very sensitive and caring, very family oriented, very communicative. Also, a husband. You want a husband that is very much service oriented, a healer, somebody who is charismatic, fun, outgoing. According to this, but very discreet, very humble with his power. And the Lucifer is sitting in Scorpio in the seventh house. You want a committed freak, somebody who will be obsessed over you, somebody who's just gonna love you and be dedicated just to you. Sounds about right,
Mm-hmm.
girl. You gonna be dating three different dudes.
I was thinking about that. I heard about something called polygamous, or no? Yeah, I think it's like
Polygyny,
polygamous, yeah, or something like that for
polygyny,
women.
polygyny.
Polygyny, yeah, for women. I was thinking about it. My Aquarius moon. I was like, I've been thinking, like, am
That
I
still
really
won't work for
Aquarius
you. The reason
rising?
why is because your Lucifer is in Scorpio. That means that you want a man that's very how should I put it, controlling.
Not really controlling. I just want a man to be able to look at me and tell me with his eyes if I need to be quiet or what the next move is. Not
Well,
really controlling,
well,
just
well,
dominant.
well, dominant is a better word. See, I
Right.
believe that a lot of that's the problem. The problem is that I can say this, and don't take offense to this. Modern day women sort of have this thing, and even the word modern day has been overused too much. I would say women nowadays sort of like the idea of a leader, but don't like the idea of being led.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot protect what you can't control. How can you control somebody saying, "I'm going out there and I can do what I want"? You say, "Listen, listen, you better sit your ass down. You're not going anywhere because it's dangerous out there." And you be like, "Nigga, who you think you're talking to? I don't, ain't nobody that can control me." And you go out there, you get raped because you can't beat him. You can't. You're not stronger than men. So how could you want? And your chart is showing that. Like, how are you gonna want this? And then when these three men are gonna come and be in your religious relationship, you're only gonna accept two of them because you're gonna search for that husband. I mean that Lucifer. That you're gonna be cheating on those other your husband and the man that you're enjoying with. You're gonna cheat on them with that person. So I'm just saying. Now, the most pertinent information that needs to be known is the fact that your Sun, your Mercury, and your Jupiter is sitting inside Virgo in your fifth house, which means that all of your talents are coming to the surface, especially when it comes to healing and service. With Mercury being, I would say, Kazami, your Sun, this means that information has come directly from source to you. And because Jupiter, which is also the God factor, means that this source's information is coming from God or source, whatever you want to call that. That's actually a great thing based upon this chart. And you already know why it's great for me or
Mm-hmm.
what I'm dealing with. It's pretty good. However, your Venus inside and Libra is telling me that you're also very nitpicky. And you could point out things in the relationship, even though you want it to be a certain way, that could actually be a detriment to the long standing relationship. That's what I see. The most
Wait, but South Node is now in my seventh house.
no.
Like in NATO, transit. It's in my seventh house right now with my Jupiter and Venus.
You say in your
I'm
seventh
feeling.
house in Scorpio,
No, it's in Virgo.
in your
So in the
natal,
natal transit, it'll be in the seventh house.
right? Yeah, yeah, yeah. So let me do the transit so you can see the wheel. All right, since you wanna go into transits because this progress.
I'm trying to leave it behind. I'm trying to leave the nitpicky and stuff behind right now. I've been working on it.
Okay, I believe you, sort of.
It's hard. You see Jupiter and Virgo. It's hard. Look, but I'm working on it. I'm realizing my own faults a lot now, and not playing the victim all the time, and realizing the things that they did wrong. I'm realizing a lot of things that I was doing wrong too.
Well, that's good. That's called accountability. I think that's beautiful. That's excellent. Let me just draw up the transits, and then I'm going to put them in the bi-wheel so you can see how it's
Okay.
looking. All right, and then we're gonna go from there. You're gonna be able to see what's going on. And if North Node is sitting in your progress fifth house,
No, seven.
how old are you again? You say you're seventh in your
32.
natal.
Yep, it's in my seven.
Okay, I like looking at progress chart because they are. Oh, so also another thing is, yeah. So North Node is your South Node is in, but South Node normally represents past life. So this could be a past life lover. Doesn't mean that this could be something that's either karmic or feel comfortable, and it'd be rearing its ugly head. But another thing, it also could mean it's partnership at work. So that's another thing as well. So somebody could be coming to your life that you've worked with, that it was in a relationship within a previous lifetime, or something of that nature, because his past is the South Node is about past, and Virgo is about
Mm.
work and service and health. So that's what I could see. But I'm gonna look at your solar arc direction. All right, we're gonna take a look at that, and and that's where we're gonna find the information that is needed because you you're banking on this person coming out of nowhere. You're like, this person coming from south, and I'm not worried about it. It's coming, and but we'll see. So you see, these are multiple charts I'm drawing. So in this chart, you actually me turn this camera around so you can be able to see from this camera. Um, all right. So from this chart, you're now in your solar arc direction. You're in Aries rising, and if that's the
And the
case,
eclipse just happened on
if
my
that
first house.
if that means and
Okay.
this the solar arc directions chart is the chart that shows like action, what is going to manifest in the physical. And the north node is sitting in your sixth house, and that's of work, of healing, or the south node, I should say. So this is coming around a time that you've done in a previous lifetime where you applied your skills, gifts, and talents. I know that because your sun is in Virgo and sun rules Leo in the fifth house, which means your skills and talents, and even connection to lovers, or I should say courtship, is also connected to that same sun. So that means, working with somebody you've done sort of collaboration work with, and that's also as well. So I don't necessarily see the connection that you were talking about the seventh house and maybe a natal. Um, but as it pertains to predictions, I don't always use natal for transits. I use progress.
Okay.
Just want to teach you that little
I'm trying to
tidbit.
work. Okay. Okay. I thought I was leaving it, but okay. All right.
Yeah, you're leaving the nitpicking, I think, but the progress is still showing the Venus inside that house. But it's
Mm-hmm.
in Libra,
That's
so
where
it's a
I've been
little, it's a
going
little,
at. It's still there.
it's still a little softer. All right, still a little softer. But according to this same Pluto in the seventh house, you're also very controlling in the relationship. There's going to be trial struggles. You got to learn how to release the power.
Mm-hmm. And I said, and okay, that makes sense though now, because I just said I can only feel like I can learn from Scorpios and Sagittariuses because there's not a power struggle there for me.
Right. But
So
it,
that would
but
make
but
sense.
Scorpio and Sagittarius are they're the big dogs.
I love Aquariuses though. I don't know. There's
That's
something
because it's in
about
your
them
12th
I
house.
love.
That's because they're past life connected, and you're just focused on that past life. But you're now in a different limelight. And even if you like Aquarius, this is your 12th, 11th, 10th. That would be on your 10th house of your MC in
Friends
in
with
your progress chart.
benefits. That's all it ever is.
Yeah.
It's friends
So
with benefits.
yeah.
Nothing more.
And look, your Saturn is in Aquarius in the 10th house, which means that these Aquariuses are also karmic, even though you like them.
That's not fair. You only have Give me 1 second, please. 1 second. Tell her don't do that. Go
All
tell
right.
her let you
Now,
in.
the other question is, what is in my store for my spiritual journey with Pluto in the 12th? Uh,
Mm-hmm.
you're talking about you're talking about the transits of Pluto being in your 12th.
Yes. Has me very scared.
Okay. So,
Especially with my kids' birth charts too.
okay. First and foremost,
It's
I
not
just
right.
want to apply another theme to it. Pluto entering into your progress chart would be in your 10th house, which rules a change of career, something different, something eccentric, something unique, something that's very humanitarian, something that's offbeat, something using the internet. And with Pluto being the planet that rules hidden, secret, death, sex, regeneration, it sounds like your career path is going to be something in investigation. Look at that.
Mm.
And
Okay.
all right, so this is your progress chart. Let's look at the transits close to this so you can see what I mean. Let's go to bi-wheel, and we're going to look at the transits, and you make your decision of what I'm seeing, okay? And
I
let's
can't
go.
see the whole screen.
Oh, sorry. You can see. Can you see it now?
Yeah.
All right,
All right. So what?
so right now, your Pluto right here is conjunct. The Pluto now is conjunct your MC, which means that this is a shift, something new, powerful, enigmatic. Your career that you probably was used to is going to change. It's going to be a sort of and Pluto at the 10th house sort of it propels the person into the forefront, into the limelight, which is
Mhm.
true for what has been transpired lately, correct?
Correct.
So this is something that's there. When it comes to friends, your Saturn or Saturn is transiting and is in your 11th house. You've been losing friends according to this.
Yeah. Yes, I have
Right,
long-term friends too.
right. The crazy part about it is you also are attracting friends as well. See, the Venus is here, and so is your North Node, which means that you're gonna be also acquiring new female friends as well in the spiritual sense. So you're losing the ones that are escapist, and you're acquiring the ones that are more spiritual in nature, according to this. Okay. Now, this Neptune, the Sun, Sun, Chiron in the 12th house in Aries, is also here for you to not hide your challenges, but also to get over them, to get over things that challenge you, that cause a friction in your life. And there are going to be more stuff because of the Sun being inside the 12th house, hidden wounds, challenges, situations that is within yourself that you are going to be faced with, self sabotage in that area, according to this. Okay?
Mhm.
And because Aries is ruled by Mars and Mars is in Cancer now in the sky, it also brings about emotional men from previous lifetimes that you had friction with. So this is why you're sort of like, I don't want no more emotional man. That's because of that, okay? All right, next, last one because we have to go. I have a few more other people.
Mhm.
Will I ever be in a long-term committed relationship? Now that's a question that's connected to the natal chart. And let's go. In the natal chart, you have Venus, Jupiter, Psyche, Nemesis, Vertex, all in the how should all in your seventh house. Now, Chiron is what I teach inside my school. That rules Virgo, but also Vesta also has a play in it. They rule it together. And your Chiron is in Leo in the sixth house, and your Vesta is in Libra in the eighth house. And I would say that it sounds like a yes. It sounds like a yes. Your partner, because Jupiter is sitting there, it will be your marriage partner is going to be somebody who either you work with, is very discreet, is somebody that is also a healer, somebody who's diplomatic, and somebody who is long-term partnership oriented. Now, to look into how this person is, we look at the rulers of Virgo. And Chiron is in Leo in the sixth house. This person could be very, very charismatic, a leader. In the sixth house, which rules health, work, and service, in the area of health, work, and service. Vesta is in the eighth house, and it's in Libra, somebody who is aesthetically pleasing, also somebody who's dark, well, mysterious, basically. All right, and that's what I see there. It's showing that, yeah, at some point you're gonna be. Just don't sweat it, and
Okay.
don't be so nitpicky.
I've been stressing about passing away lately with that of my 12th house. Oh, the dreams. I think it's the
It's
dreams.
yeah,
So I'm like, am
that's
I
not
gonna be loved
that's not no the
forever?
natal chart. I know a lot of astrologers who actually predict with transits in the natal chart, and they okay, but more so the progress chart is who you are now. The natal chart is basically who you're becoming. All right, who you're
All
becoming,
right.
not and the progress chart is who you are at this very moment in time. All right?
All right. Thank you so much.
No problem. All right, bye.
Bye-bye.
I gotta sing my own song, y'all. I live with roaches, by 10 of them. All right, let's take a look. Let's see who all it is. Let's take a look, and we have Latoya. Hey, Latoya, what's going on? I'm gonna call you right now. We also have Javan. All right. We got Javan and we got Latoya. We're gonna take Latoya first. Let me see if there's anybody in my spam. Nobody in my spam. Let's take a look at my Instagram to see if there's anybody there. And we're gonna get to it. Oh yeah, and we have Chandri. All right, Chandri, you're actually before Latoya, according to this time you sent it. So I'm gonna call you. Get ready.
Hello?
Hey, how you doing?
Hello? Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Great, excellent. So just for make sure I'm pronouncing your name right, okay?
Tara or Tara?
So your real name isn't Chandri?
That's my middle name.
All right. So how do you spell your first name?
Cattara.
Tatara.
It's supposed to be Qatar, but I don't know what.
You
I don't
said
know
you
what
said
I'm
wait.
thinking.
Let me make sure I spelled it right. You said Tattara.
Cattara.
Oh, Catt.
Cat. Yeah, Qatar. Qatar.
And that's a double A between the T and the R, correct?
No, it's just spelled straight out. Cattara.
Oh, I said two A's, but it's two R's. My bad. And your last name is Cole. All right.
Uh-huh.
Any relation to Keisha Cole? I'm just messing with you.
I hope so. I think that's my long aunt. That's my auntie.
That's your auntie?
That's my auntie. I've been saying she was my auntie since I was a little girl. And what's crazy, I do. My dad's sister's name is Keisha Cole, but it's not the singer Keisha Cole.
Damn, that's crazy. It's beautiful, by the way. And you were born in Tennessee? I mean Memphis?
Yes, sir.
All right. So let's go. I got you. So your first question is, what is my purpose in this lifetime?
Yes, sir.
So first and foremost, I just want to clear this up because you said earlier, just now, you said in this same message, I know it's healing. So if you know it's healing, why are you asking me?
Because I know I want to know what area. I should have just put that. I know it's healing, I feel it's healing, but I just want to know like what area.
Because you know, healing is one of the biggest, widest, broadest section that you can actually choose. I know it's in healing, but where?
Yeah. Yes. It is. Like, I don't know. It's supposed to be trauma healing or what? I don't know.
Okay. I got you. Let me just pull up this chart so you can be able to see it. All right. Let's go. Let's do this. All right. So your purpose in this lifetime, because people think that their purpose has to do with their work all the time. And sometimes your purpose is not necessarily your work. You understand this, right?
Right.
Okay. What if I told you that your purpose was to experience and also release past life traumas from past life husbands and wives and children and coworkers? Would you believe that?
I would.
Because looking at your chart, you got a stellium in the 12th house of past lives. You have Mercury in Scorpio, Venus in Scorpio, North Node in Scorpio, Sun in Scorpio, Nessus in Scorpio, Eros in Scorpio, Juno in Scorpio, Jupiter in Scorpio, Pluto. You see how much Scorpio that is?
Yeah.
Okay. And what that means is that what I understand and my study in astrology is that you hold things longer than you should.
Yep. My
You hold
husband tell me that all the time.
you hold trauma and pain longer than you should. And the reason why is because you've been toting this pain and trauma lifetime after lifetime after lifetime of this whole cycle of just unforgiveness.
That makes sense.
I'm telling you.
Hmm. That makes sense. My husband tell me that all the time. Like when we, have a disagreement, he always tell me like, "You hold on stuff for too long, and when you need to kind of let it go." No, it's. I feel like it's the principle with me. Like I can't just get over it like that.
Okay, well I'm gonna tell you this.
And if
So,
I do,
so
and
listen.
if I do, then it's still gonna be in the back of my mind, and it's still gonna, make me upset and angry.
Okay, how about this? How about if I tell you that if you don't stop, you're gonna die? How you like that?
Ooh,
You
I
like
don't
this?
like that. I'm a mom.
Your mom, right?
I'm a
Listen,
mom.
I'm telling you for your own benefit. I'm not saying you're gonna die tomorrow, next week. We're all gonna
Wow.
die. It's just the idea of death actually scares people. We're all gonna die. All right,
Right.
Katara. However, based upon this chart here, this lifetime is for you to release all of that trauma from previous lifetimes. If I was you and your husband, I would get and find whether it be coming to see me to do a past life regression or regressions, because according to this, you're an old ass soul, and in those old soul experiences, you tote like a big luggage all of the pain from those lifetimes. One of those lifetimes, you were a witch. Actually, more of them, you were witches, or what I should say, somebody who did magic, spiritual work, very deep, introspective. You actually died for your beliefs, according to this. And all of these pain and suffering from most of these lifetimes, you still carry.
Wow.
And when I say that it's going to cost the end of you, I mean that illnesses are going to form in your body that come out of nowhere. If
Yeah.
you do not release these things. Listen, even your husband is a past life karmic experience. He's your karmic husband. The reason why I
Yeah.
say this is because you have Gemini on your 7th house. Gemini is ruled by Mercury, and your Mercury is in the 12th house. Jupiter, which naturally rules the husband, is in Scorpio in the 12th house, and Jupiter is actually the ruler of your ascendant.
Ooh.
All right? You got your Venus, which is the ruler of your 6th house of health, is in Scorpio in the 12th house of hidden things, of past life things, and in the sign of Scorpio that rules toxicity and trauma.
Right.
This means that your health is very dependent upon you. Stop holding on to these stuff.
Ooh, it'd be hard.
The next question: why is it hard for me to get pregnant? Do you have any kids?
Yeah, I have a son. He's 13.
Let me take a look at your progress chart and see what's going on. What's going on? Let's see. Solar direct. Let's take a look. I was going to take your progress. All right.
I want to hit nobody's car.
What'd you say?
I said I didn't want to hit nobody's car.
Okay, that's smart. So in both your solar arc direct and also your secondary solar arc, the ruler of your in your solar arc direction, the ruler of your 5th house is sitting in Taurus. Now, I always tell people, especially lately, that even though it rules children and what rules conception is the eighth house. And the eighth house, you have Vesta and Leo there. Vesta's in Leo. Leo is ruled by the sun. And your sun is in Sagittarius, conjunct your north node. Conjunct Nessus in the 12th house. And what that tells me is that you really can't really have children until you fulfill your purpose. What I just told you just now.
To release.
Yes.
That
Your,
makes sense.
your pregnancy is determined upon it. See, because not only is your fifth house here in Taurus, which is ruled by Venus, your Venus is in the 12th house, and your eighth house, which is the house of conception, is in Leo, and your sun is in the 12th house, and it's conjunct your north node. It means that you ain't getting pregnant until you fulfill that purpose, what you're supposed to do. Until you do it, nothing.
Wow.
The last question.
That makes sense.
What is the most important area in my chart? And let me look at your natal chart, if that's what you're talking about. If you're talking about your natal chart, the most important part of your chart is your 12th house. 12th house. Releasing.
I don't know how, but I got to. I feel like.
I already told you what to do. You need past life regressions, quantum healings.
Okay. When is your next available schedule?
It don't necessarily just have to be me. What area do you live in? You still live in Memphis, Tennessee?
Yes, sir.
All right. Let's just say I reach out to one of the people who I taught.
Uh-huh.
And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do what I consider a mini later on. Right now, sort of a collective. I'm gonna have I want to have a person in every state that does past life regression quantum healing. All right. And
right. Okay.
But until then, if any of my students, if you're listening, if you're gonna be watching this, just reach out to me. If you're close to her area, let's see what we can do.
Yeah, cause I'm down for it.
Can you travel to a different state?
Hello?
Can you travel to a different state?
I can't hear you, Astro.
I said, can you travel to a different state?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, I'll take a look and see who is all available that is close in your area, so you don't have to travel far. Just hit me up, message me, and we're gonna talk about it. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
No problem. All right. Yeah, y'all. So her chart is totally dependent upon the fact that she needs to heal. Even children, the fact of children is seen through that. That's just how it is. Latoya, you're next. Let me call you. Mm-mm. Latoya Kelly, that's me calling you.
Hi, Astro.
Hey, love, what's going on? What's going on?
What's going on?
Yes, so I got your question. Y'all, wait, you looking to buy some land?
I am.
All right, listen. For you and your husband, let me show you a pause, okay? There's a plot of land in the Bahamas. Y'all two could grow some. I'm just messing with you, but listen, I see America as a sinking ship right now. America's the new Rome. That's what I see.
Right.
It's the new Rome. Remember the fall of Rome?
Yeah.
That's what I see. Just my my take on it.
Okay.
All right. So, is your husband a Bahamian?
No. Well, he done
Does he know his? Because Kelly, that is a Scottish name. It's also a Bahamian name. So when I say Latoya Kelly, there are many folks whose last name is Kelly in the Bahamas,
Okay.
and they're pretty rich.
Okay.
July 23rd, 1985. So you're married to a Kelly, right?
Yeah.
All right.
My maiden name is Jones.
It's Jones?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. I was just gonna break out in the song just now, but okay. You already know what song it was. She got a thing going on. All right. So the first question is, where can I am currently, or where should I be looking for land? That sounds like you want to know about what's best suited astrocartographer wise, like on the chart in the world, correct?
Yeah.
All right. That's easy. Easy breezy. I got you. I'm going to progress your chart and then I'm going to look at land for now. We're gonna look at both. We're gonna progress your chart and then we're gonna go back to your natal and then we're gonna look at it. All right, so let's go back to your natal.
Astro, I'm gonna yell for my daughter because she knows I'm upstairs.
You say
Daddy!
you're what?
Okay.
I can't hear you. You probably got on some Bluetooth stuff and I can't hear nothing you say. Hello?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay.
All right, let me take a look. And would it be best suited for you to buy when it comes to land? Let's take a look. 1 second. Now I gotta draw up a whole new thing so everybody can be able to see what I'm looking at. So give me a second. I'll be right with you.
Okay.
And display capture. And let's go with damn, this ain't as easy as I thought. Hold up. Application, browser. Yeah, I be trying my best with these things. Sorry. I'm trying to, oh, there it is. Window capture. And the window capture is, okay. And this is what we're gonna look at. Oh gosh. Give me a second. I'm trying my best. I'm trying my best. Window capture. All right, there you go. And that's okay. We're gonna make this wider. So let's um, okay. And let's change the defaults. And let's go. All right. Now I'm good. Sorry about that. Sorry about the delay. All right, so let's look at this chart here. Now this is your natal chart. what I do
Okay.
is I look at areas that is more functional for you. All right, I look for where Venus and Jupiter's are. All right, that's best suited for you to buy. I look to see the crossing of Jupiter and where it leads to. I look to see the crossing of Venus and Jupiter to see if there's. And are you talking about like in the United States? Latoya,
My connection is bad. You're breaking up for me.
can you hear me now?
I can.
All right. I'm saying that what I'm seeing here is that if you're looking to buy, what area are you looking to buy? Do you want to buy it from?
I'm open. We don't right now. We're in North Carolina. Our two oldest are about to go to college in North Carolina. But I'm open.
Okay, so what I'm seeing here is with this Venus line crossing, I see here the Venus line also crosses. So the places are, I think this is Colorado. This what if you could look at the screen, your Venus line is running through Wichita. I don't know where that is. Oklahoma City is running through Louisiana. Actually, let's take a closer look. And it's running through Lake Charles, Lafayette. These are areas close to your Venus ascendant. Shreveport as
Okay.
well. So Louisiana area is land and property that will actually be best suited for you based upon this.
Okay.
That's why I see when it comes to the Jupiter, however, if we scroll, take a look here, your Jupiter line runs through Arizona, through Flagstaff, Scottsdale, Tucson, and even goes down into Mexico.
Oh, okay.
And anywhere around this area between your Mercury line and your Jupiter line are places. That is excellent.
Okay.
All right. Second question: am I currently in the right partnerships? Okay. Oh wait. Oh wait. Oh wait. Oh wait, Latoya. Wait, Latoya. That's an S on that.
Okay.
You that said partnerships. It's not singular.
Right.
Okay. All right. Since we made sure that was clear that was not a typo. Um, let's take a look. Let's take a look at what is right for you at this point in time. Let me go back to the chart and let's take a look. Um, so according to this, you have Jupiter in your natal chart. You have Jupiter in Aquarius in the eighth house. You have your Mars in Cancer, 28 degree in the first house, and your Lucifer is in Cancer in the first house. And what that means is that the same guy that you cheat on is the same guy that you would be enjoying. Normally, that's the normally indication that, and your Jupiter, which represents the husband, is in Aquarius in the eighth house. So, what is your ideal partner? Is a, a very sensitive, loving, kind, compassionate man that is also very much very serving and very loving and very kind and considerate, especially during bed, meaning in bed, meaning that he is the one that caters to your nurturing during sex. And the Jupiter in Aquarius in the eighth house means that this man, the husband, has to be detached, be intelligent, has a deeper sense of self, has to have depth to him, be emotionally intelligent, but also have a big dangling and also have a strong sex drive.
Okay.
Now, I got to take a look at your progress chart to see what's going on. Now, according to this, your Mars is now in Leo. It's sitting inside your first house. You're now Leo rising. And your Mars in Leo. So the man that you're attracted to and enjoy is a natural born leader, aggressive, very determined, but also somebody who is very loyal, but also regal, meaning this person can command a presence. This is the mind or energy that you will enjoy. Your Lucifer is in, according to your chart. Where is that? It's in Cancer in the 12th house. This person is more so somebody who's hidden in the dark, is somebody who you could experience, not necessarily very super aggressive, but very sentimental, very loving, kind, compassionate, considerate. And your Jupiter is in the 7th house. So basically, you could have a husband that's very emotionally detached, that just does what he has to do. A man that's a leader, very charismatic, very strong, aggressive, direct, straightforward. And also a man that's hidden in the dark. Not most people know about him. And this is what I see. It's neat. I'm not saying that you have more than two. I'm just saying that if those are not the descriptions of the men or man that's in your life, then that answers the question, okay?
Okay, thank you.
And you answer the question, what should you focus on in the summer? Great question. I don't think that your chart is going to progress that much. The only thing that's going to change between now and summer in your natal and your progressed is possibly Neptune moving into your 6th house, back into your 6th house retrograde. And that's about it. Your sun has just turned into Leo. In your natal chart, your second. Wrong one. Progress chart. I don't really see any major changes unless I look at the transits.
Okay.
But according to this, you should be focused on your own career. Your Mars your MC is in Aries in the 9th house, and your Mars is in Leo in the 1st house, which means that the area or career path, if that's what you're talking about, is about displaying your talents and skills, becoming the charismatic person that you're supposed to be. Either that or the MC in Aries, meaning being or backing up the person that you see as the leader or some sort of, I would say, the partner that you necessarily want is backing up either their career or you being the one in the spotlight or you being the one that focused on your leadership skills, you showing and displaying your talents. But that's a part of this MC here, being in Aries. As it pertains to your purpose now, your North Node is in the 10th house in Taurus, which means acquiring assets and finances through your career path. Your Venus is in Leo, which means that your talents, skills, and gifts are normally directed towards what you can do, your creativity. And you're supposed to use your creativity in the area and fields. That means your talents and skills and gifts in the public's eyesight, domain. However, you also have Dark Moon Lilith conjuncted, which means that even though it's in domain, there's something secretive or mystical about what you're doing or what you're supposed to do. Now, in particularly, financial wise, your sun is in the 2nd house in Virgo. Service is going to require, you're going to make more money through service, any kind of service. And because Virgo is ruled by Chiron and Vesta, and your Chiron is in Gemini, using your hands and social media, information also is also connected to Gemini, and teaching is where you can actually make money. And Vesta, your Vesta is in Scorpio, in the fourth house, which rules sex, death, regeneration. In the fourth house, ruling real estate, which rules ending of life, ruling death, generation. And the Vesta being here, conjunct South Node, shows that also making money using your spiritual gifts in your home.
Okay.
All right?
Alright.
Gratitude.
No problem. Thank you.
Thank
All right.
you.
All right, Kelly. Bye. Don't you just love Kelly? She's like, yeah, that's what it is. Ah. Listen, my team strong. My team is strong. I got some really amazing people, I would say. Truly appreciate them. The things that these people can do would probably baffle you guys. Y'all be like, what? How the hell did this person? All right, so we got Sandria and we got Javane. So Sandria, Javane, you're first, and then it's Sandria. All right, I'm gonna call y'all. Let's see what's going on. So if you hear something ringing, that's me calling, okay? Hello?
Hello.
Hey, how you doing?
Hi, how are you?
Excellent. And yourself?
I'm not gonna. I'm good. I'm at work right now, just sneaking a call, but I'm good.
That's fine.
I just don't want to talk so loud. I'm gonna go to the other area. Hold on.
Oh, you're at work. That's what you're saying. You're saying that you have to. What you want me to do? You want me to take this call off air?
Wait a minute, I didn't hear you. Say it
I
again.
said, what would you like for me to do? You want me to take your call off air?
I mean, like, you don't have to, because I'm moving away from the area.
Okay, cool.
If we
Excellent.
talk, so
Perfect. Perfect. Say less. So one of your questions is, what are the recurring themes or patterns in my chart, and how can I best understand and work with them to live a more fulfilling lifetime? I mean, life. That's a pretty deep question. Let's see if we can answer that for you. So, lucky thing you gave me this information again. As you know, most of my data is LOST,
okay.
and your date of birth. Boom. All right. You know, I would have never guessed your age.
Really?
I would have.
think
I would have never.
everybody tell me that.
I swear to. Listen, they ain't lying to you. You should take into consideration. Like that, I think that's a big compliment.
Well, thank you. It is, and I feel so alive. That's why I love life. I guess it's the light.
That's what it is. Let's see if I can find. Okay. Okay, Brooklyn. That's where you were born and raised?
Yes.
You live there now?
No.
Okay. All right. What made you say let me get out of let me get out of New York?
Well, it's because of the World Trade Center.
Oh, yes. Say less. Yeah, that was a scary time for real.
That was a whole 360-degree turnaround for everybody's life. So it brought me here.
Okay. Yeah, that was crazy for real. Wait, oh yeah, and your rising sign is exactly the same as mine.
Oh, yes. What is it?
You,
Leo?
yeah, you're Leo rising.
Yes.
Yeah, that's probably why you look so young. That's I see it now. I see it. And your sun is in Aquarius, and so is your moon in the seventh house. So are you because that's not the question you asked. What are the recurring themes and patterns in my chart, and how can I best understand and work with them to live a more fulfilling life? Let's take a look at your reoccurring themes. Hmm. Okay, let's go into interpretation. Me progress your chart, and then we're gonna take a look at it. All right.
Okay. Thank you.
No problem.
Astro, I still gotta send you a update on the was retreat for next year.
Oh, okay. Yes. Yes. Sounds like a plan. Make sure I keep that to me. Are you cause listen, are you in a relationship? Are you married?
Currently, no.
Why you say currently like that?
You said why I said currently?
Yeah, are you in a relationship? You say no currently?
No, not now.
What how long have you been single?
It's been quite some time. It's been like over pretty much of 3 years.
3 years. Okay. What was the reason for you not or you ending the relationship? There's a reason why I'm asking you this question, by the way.
Well, right now I'm feeling like there are some priority things that I got to get done for me, and I was going through a healing process as well for my
Mm-hmm.
last relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? I just took the time out to, have a relationship with me to understand me even better so that, the next time, I won't have to bring that emotional baggage into the next relationship and to be able to, have a more healthier, long-term relationship. Yeah, because that's what I'm looking for in the future. And also, I'm looking to transition from my 9 to 5 and be able to own my own business, and doing all of that. I want to be able to be emotionally available for my partner and vice versa. I would want, them to be available for me. So, yeah, I haven't really found anyone of my interests that is there emotionally. I feel like I deserve, the best in a relationship, and I'm willing to give also
Have we
of
talked?
myself.
I feel like we talked about this. We talked about this before.
Yeah, something in the aspect of my past, something I carried over from my past life
Yeah.
in
Also,
reference to
I
that.
just,
Yeah.
I also did we talk about a
So,
secret relationship at work or with a coworker from the past? Never.
well, it was something in reference to someone who had interest in me, and I couldn't pinpoint exactly who or what, but for the most part, it's been more than one person.
Right. I'm,
Whereas,
I'm I know that because you're like, okay, so listen. The reoccurring theme to answer your question is that you see there's a stellium in your seventh house in your progress chart. And I wouldn't have really take too notice of this if the ruler, if not the ruler was inside the 12th house. But the ruler of your seventh house, which is Mars, because you have Aries here, Aries is ruled by Mars, and Mars is actually a ruler sitting in the 12th house that represents past life, hidden things, reoccurring things like reoccurring dreams. And because your Mars is conjunct Uranus and conjunct Pluto, this is sort of a reoccurring theme is, um, not being focused on the self, like how you stated. You also stated just now that, you need to take time for yourself and heal yourself. And this is showing that because your Mars is actually in conjunct both, your moon, your sun, and your Venus. And that in conjunct normally represents an event that takes place. And this seems to be internal because it's sitting in the 12th house, which means that you need that inner healing. Because according to this, you would have attracted a lot of drama, a lot of aggression, a lot of turmoil in a long-term commitment. This is why you said just now. So basically, what I'm saying is I am actually affirming what you said just now that you're doing, and it's showing that's smart what you're doing. Because if you don't, the reoccurring theme of finding people that are emotionally unavailable, that are toxic, that don't love you the way they're supposed to, that may be trying to use you, is there. So you're doing the best thing. That's the reoccurring thing, and you're helping that. So that answers that, okay?
Okay. So, in other words, me loving me and taking focus on me and, yeah, my career is about the best move right now in this season.
In this season, yes, because even your MC, which has Cancer on it, is ruled by the moon. And your moon is conjunct the sun, which represents your core talent, your skills, your natural who you are. And the sign of Aries, it rules the physical body, the self, right? Which means that even the career path is the crazy part about it is, what do you do for a living now?
Well, for a living right now, I'm in the public sector. Like I work for the DHS of Pennsylvania, Commonwealth, and yeah, that's where they get the food stamps and all that stuff. And on the side, I'm a real estate agent and also a Reiki healer.
Okay, the reason why I asked that is because if you're a Reiki healer, there's a connection to spirituality and something that's very unconventional that you have to trust. I say that because MC, which represents the career path, is in Cancer. Cancer is ruled by the moon. Your moon is in Aries, that is ruled by Mars. And if you look at this is sort of the telltale of what this is supposed to be. It's supposed to be a partnership, sort of a conjunction with another person that's either a healer or very spiritual. And this is supposed to be dealing with communities or a collection of people. You see, Uranus is the normal ruler of the 11th house of friends, associates, and communities. And because it's sitting conjunct Uranus and conjunct Pluto, your career path is supposed to be in a partnership, sort of a collusion with spiritual healers that deal with some sort of past lives or things that deal with healing in a community setting, and that's very transformative based upon this. That's where your focus is supposed to be career-wise.
I see. So, in other words, like for instance, I can more or less change careers, and because I've been on this job for a pretty long time.
Right. So once you take this time out to heal yourself and become that person that you were talking about, the self-love and what have you, and then it's time to make doors for other people to do the same and create spaces for people to do that as well.
Okay, that sounds pretty much right.
All right.
So that's why
Mm-hmm.
I'm thanking you so much, Astra, and yeah, thank you so much, and I'll definitely get back with you later on in your message.
All right, no problem. Thank you very much. All right, enjoy your day.
Thank you. You too.
All right.
Bye.
All right, y'all. Got one more. All right. All right. So, Sandria, I'm gonna call you right now. You happen to be the last person on this call before 3 o'clock. You made it. Never would have made it. Marvin stopped catching all kind of hell today. uh, let's see. Hello? Come on, Sandria. Sandria. If you hear the phone ringing and you're on this, there's a small possibility that I'm calling you now. It said didn't answer. I'm actually going to call again. Oh boy. All right, Sandria. I guess you're gonna try call me back later. All right. So, also, my peoples, I want to explain to you my last post. We talked about the pregnancy and the phases in the pregnancy. And in the phases of pregnancy, we talked about how the eighth house is the house of conception. Then you have five phases of pregnancy, not necessarily just three, what they call the trimesters, right? These sit within the trimesters, and I mean, listen, this is sort of revolutionary because there isn't any place on the internet that would give you this sort of information. If you're associated with me, then you have this information because it came from here. This space right here, it came from here. All right, that's where it came from, and I'm gonna go back to that same post, and we're gonna talk about that. And the post is about when planning your pregnancy. Okay, so I'm gonna read it so y'all who are not on Facebook would hear it. When planning your pregnancy, take a look at your solar arc directions chart and take a look at what is on your eighth house at the time. That can tell you what kind of pregnancy you are gonna have. Uh-oh, that's somebody calling me. Okay, Houston, we got contact.
Hello,
Hey,
I'm here. Hi.
I don't know what happened. You was online and then you just.
And I was like, I'm here, but I'm here. I don't know what happened. I was trying to answer you. It wouldn't answer.
All right, okay, all right. Text me because I don't have your information anymore. This is a
Okay.
new software. I thought you was gonna send it. You only send the question.
I sent the questions to Messenger.
Yeah, I know, but you didn't. You haven't sent your birth information. I don't have that anymore.
Oh, okay. Hold on.
So that's what I was looking for.
I'm sending it right now. 9:10 p.m. Where's New Jersey? Oh, just sent it.
Okay, excellent. So let me put your.
Do you need my partner's chart too, or no?
All right, so yeah, you be gonna need that chart. You have her chart.
I have it from the pattern. I just can't remember what time she's born.
That's important. You can't do it without it.
the chart for the pattern for my bond.
Okay, this is her
I'm
chart.
still
This is her chart. Okay, I see it.
Austin buying chart. Yeah.
All right, I see it. All right. You are in a same-sex relationship, correct?
Yeah.
All right. Born the 17th of October. That's that Libra.
Yes. Yes.
And born something, something, something. 9:10 p.m., correct?
I'm Newark, New Jersey.
And are you in New York, Newark now? Do you live there still?
No, I'm in Georgia.
Everybody that everybody that moved out, they're like, man, that's it. I had enough of
That's
Jersey.
right. I've never really experienced Jersey. I was too when I left. I don't know anything about Jersey.
Oh, where were you living most of your life?
Here, 30 plus years.
Where's that?
Decatur, Georgia.
Decatur?
Yes.
Oh, I know one or
Good
two.
old Georgia.
I know one or two persons from Decatur.
Okay.
You know, I get around.
Add me to the list. I know. I know.
I just don't get around in the United States right now.
That's all right. I wish I could go away too.
All right. Well, y'all. Well, if you was coming, the Bahamas should have been your destination.
I'm coming. I need to experience it first.
One of your questions is, my questions are, am I dating a good partner for me? Is she serious or what? Am I serious or should I?
The pattern says she is.
Say what?
The pattern says she is. You know, you live by the pattern.
Yeah, but the pattern is pretty accurate, you know. But we gonna see,
Right.
cause you wanna
Okay.
know. All right. I don't know what time. Let's see. Where's our Pluto at? Pluto in Scorpio in the 6th degree. Damn. All right. So I'm gonna have to try my best to draw. Do you know her birthday?
Yes, 12/12/85.
One second. Let me get to it.
I don't want to guess, but it's five. I want to say it's 5 something p.m. and I know it's 2 hour window,
Okay.
but
So
yeah, it's 5 something p.m. if I'm correct.
all right. You say what birthday again?
12/12/85.
So that's December 12th.
Yeah, you notice that big age gap too, huh?
Yeah, that ain't nothing, man. That ain't nothing.
Good.
Let's try. Let's start with 5 for now. You say 5 a.m. or p.m.
p.m.
And where was she born?
Georgia, Atlanta, Georgia.
Atlanta. Let's start with that. Let's see if I have to rectify her time of birth. I think I may have to rectify this.
Okay.
All right. Yep. You were absolutely incorrect. You ain't even close to it.
Okay.
Not.
Okay.
That's probably it's a.m. You said p.m.
Okay. I thought that might be wrong.
That's
I
on the
wasn't sure.
opposite end.
All
Hold
right.
on. Let me adjust this. Yeah, you're on the you gave me the wrong time.
Okay.
So, okay, and ascendant, so we got to go a little bit more. Let's go a few minutes.
Okay.
Um, all right, the ascendant.
Did you figure it out that it was AM from the pattern that I sent you, the chart?
You said that, did you what?
Did you figure out that it was AM from the chart that I sent you?
Yeah, the ascendant. I was not correct.
Is that the way you figured out that it was AM? Is because you looked at the chart?
Yeah, she's not a Gemini rising.
Okay. Okay.
So that's how I got that. And we're going to work with that.
Okay. Okay.
And the chart you sent me is not a, yeah, it's definitely not a Gemini rising.
Correct.
And her time of birth is actually 5:38 a.m.
Okay.
All right. Okay, so now we got a child of birth. You want to know what kind of person she is? How long y'all been together?
Since September 2024.
So for 2 years? I mean, for 1 year?
No. Yeah. Not even a year yet. September will be a
All
year.
right. First and foremost, her chart shows that, based upon what I'm seeing, she's a Scorpio rising. So she's definitely very sexy, according to this. She has sexual
That's
energy.
definitely bigger.
Huh?
Yes. Very. Very.
I know your chart, the chart showing it. She has Pluto in the first house, it's conjunct her south node, so she knows she's sexy. As a matter of fact, in
Yes, she
previous
does.
lifetimes, she was actually, you may not like her to sound, but she
Okay.
was a prostitute in previous lifetimes.
I can believe it. And I don't care.
You know, I don't care. Anyway, um, her Venus and her Venus is conjunct Uranus and conjunct widely her Saturn in the third house. And normally, Venus and Sagittarius are hard to pin down.
Like me, Venus is Sagittarius.
Yeah, it's very it unless y'all have the same spiritual beliefs, unless y'all travel together, have spiritual beliefs, there's fun
Mm-hmm.
and lightheartedness in a relationship, then she may be
Mm-hmm.
seeking another female or male.
Okay. She's never been in a relationship with a male ever.
I can tell you why. Because according to her chart, she's been molested or touched by somebody. Her
And
Mars,
she has.
yeah, I know her chart shows it that she's been molested by
Yeah.
somebody, and guess who it was? It was somebody from a
Who?
previous lifetime, actually. Uh, uh,
Okay.
he was her. He didn't know how to release the connection they had from previous lifetimes. All right,
Okay.
and that's what I see here based upon this. That he definitely,
Okay.
her and him had they were married, but in this lifetime they were not. They were too close to be married. They're in different roles, and that's the problem with people not releasing roles from previous lifetimes. So I know
Okay.
based upon this that there is a disconnect with male energy. She doesn't know how to ever forgive males for that, according to this.
Yes. Yes, she's verbalized it to me as well. Everything you said, except for in the past life, because she doesn't go that far in depth with astrology. And,
No,
but
I,
she does believe she's very, very spiritual. Yes, we have that in common, that she's not the one that's blowing me off like what you're talking is mumbo jumbo. No, she believes it.
you say she doesn't believe there's mumbo jumbo,
She does, yeah, she believes what I say.
right? And
She
then
believes what I'm learning, the knowledge I have. She believes in. She's very spiritual. She's more spiritual than religious. Yes,
yeah, I can see
very
that.
much so.
I can see that. And the reason Jupiter is in Aquarius and it's sitting in the fourth house, so that's sort of a
Okay.
Yeah, I see that. And most people who are moon in Sagittarius are very much spiritual.
Mm-hmm. Yes, she is.
So that I can see. However, her Venus is also opposite to her Chiron, and
Okay.
that means that she also too uh, may need some sort of intervention, healing wise, when it comes to keeping secrets and keeping not necessarily opening up as much as she wants to. According to this, she may be the person that likes to talk, but not necessarily the things that needs to be talked about that brings pain.
That's right. It's very true.
And
And I
her,
tell her that all the time.
yeah, well, this is showing that I could see,
She's very well, very.
yeah. Um, to let's put your two charts together. I'm
Okay.
gonna progress. I'm gonna just look at both of your natal charts first and foremost to see.
I thought I sent it to you.
We mean the synastry.
Yeah, I sent it to you. I sent you
Oh yeah,
both.
yeah, but I like looking at my own stuff. You got things in here
Okay,
that I don't
okay,
have,
okay.
that I do need. You have things. You don't have things inside here that I need. But
Okay.
according to the synastry that you look here, um,
Mm-hmm.
her sun is conjunct your descendant, so you definitely see her as a long-term partner. Her moon is conjunct your descendant as well. So is her Uranus is conjunct your descendant. Her Venus is conjunct your Venus.
Mm-hmm.
Her Saturn is conjunct your Venus. That's a long-term relationship. It's also a slow-baked karmic relationship, meaning that it's going to be a long time before the karma rears its ugly head.
Which means what? Because I heard that before and I want to know what that means in
It
more
means
depth.
that everything's going to be, it's going to seem as if it's inseparable until it's time for you both to experience the releasing karma of the relationship.
Which means to let each other go.
Which means that y'all are, at some point may let each other go based upon this
Okay.
time. At some point, not saying it's now,
I,
but it's
I
showing
told
that
her that a few days ago.
this is a definitely long-term relationship.
Okay.
Your North Node is conjunct her Neptune, which means that this can feel, basically you're here to teach her spiritually in some way.
Lord help me.
Yeah, that's a little tough.
Ooh. I don't know if I've ever told you Astro, but heaviness. I don't know if you've ever heard the song Runner, Runner, Runner.
Uh,
Ooh, gets too heavy, gets really stressful, you get on my nerves, you don't have to think too hard,
right.
which is all of it, but I don't quit. I haven't quit like I normally would. And I tell her everything. I'm telling oh, I would quit you a long time ago, but I don't. Mm-hmm.
So based upon what I'm looking at, her North Node is actually sitting in your 12th house, and it's conjunct your Mars, which means that in a previous lifetime you were her nigga.
That's what I feel like right now, even though she's the boy.
You were her dude. Alright, you were her guy in the previous lifetime
Oh
according to this.
my gosh. Oh, okay. Hope I was good to her then too.
I'm looking at your chart too. You got Mars in the 12th house. Something happened to you sexually that was swept under the rug when you were young as well.
And that's what you're gonna find out because I already know it. I can't pinpoint it, but you're gonna pinpoint it for me. I told her that yesterday, and I told her that you're gonna find out and tell me who and what happened because I know it, but I don't know who. At a certain age, I blocked everything out, and my sister's like, "You're big enough to remember," but I don't remember. I don't remember anything.
Okay.
Yeah. And it drives me nuts
As
because
it's
I
sort
know
of
it's in there. I've always known it, even before I met you in astrology class, that something's wrong with that.
the crazy part about it is it wasn't a man,
Mm-hmm.
it was a woman.
It wasn't a who?
It wasn't a man, it was a woman, and it was somebody who
Mm-hmm.
was very spiritual. I'm not spiritual, but somebody who was. Where's your Venus? Sagittarius conjunct Neptune. Yeah, it was somebody either in a church or in a spiritual situation. According to this, could have been somebody who
Oh
kept you.
wow.
So this was when you were a child, and this was a female. This wasn't a male.
Wow.
So both of you are actually carrying around trauma that you don't have no idea of.
So that means that would be an adult though, right?
It'll be an adult, yes.
Okay. Okay.
Is
All
this
right.
person, you asked the question, is this person my dating partner? For me, yes, I would say yes. Is she serious or what? Well, according to this, yeah, according to her natal chart, she's a serious individual.
Yeah.
She just needs a lot of freedom. All right, that's all I see. Just
Yeah.
let the woman breathe.
Yeah.
You heard that? I said let her
Yes,
breathe.
I heard you.
Yeah, but I heard Why you say
No, no, I don't have a problem with that. I like being free. Leave me alone. So that sounds great.
Okay.
And I've learned a lot of stuff since I've been in astrology class. I've learned how to let go. We're not made to be possessive of people. And I always had a motto that I don't want to keep anything or anyone that doesn't want to be kept. It used to be harder because it was just something I said, but now I really mean it and I know how important it is. I mean, you're just gonna wear yourself out. When it's over, it's over. But that's what I
hmm
told you in my last relationship, and I let her go, and she's still going crazy, and I'm over it. Like, okay,
And to answer your
and
question, you
I'm not
said
mad.
what's been
And
calling
I
you?
just told my partner now
hmm
that I'm gonna enjoy her while we are. When it's time to let go, I will. And she looked at me like I was nuts.
They won't. They don't understand that that's the biggest form of unconditional love ever.
Exactly. But I told her I'm gonna show her whenever, however far off that it may be that we break up,
Yeah, but you
she'll remember that that was real, what the sense of real love should feel like.
right.
I don't want to keep her. I want her to be free. I want to trust her and go there and do whatever you want to do. I mean,
Well,
and we work together. So people, well, what is she with that? Don't tell me that because I don't care. But they don't believe I don't care. But I don't. I
well,
care about what happens when we're together, what she says, how she treats me. That's it.
I know
And when she's free,
this girl's a beautiful girl because Juno is conjunct the ascendant, which means that she's pretty gorgeous. And Eros
she
is there as
is
well. So
fine. Do you hear me?
I'm asking you. I'm telling you. I've never seen it. I've never seen it. See, you gotta understand how I see stuff. I look at a chart and I could imagine because I already know every degree, I already know a replacement, and I'm like, I could put a picture to a face. Well, you already know how my mind works, so
Yes, I do. I do. Well, you're seeing it very clearly.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And like I said, that person just enjoyed according to this. And what's been called? You said the last thing you said, or should I do? What's been calling me to do? What's been calling you to do?
Run. That's what I do. When I
It
don't
well,
trust or
the
just
crazy
not
part
sure
about this,
anything, I'll just go away. I'm
sh
cool with leaving too.
she's also a
I
runner,
know
so
because
you shouldn't be saying that to her. She's a runner.
she is because heaviness, like depression and stuff. Like she has bouts where she'll go off for days and she'll I didn't see her for like 2 months.
Right.
Right before Valentine's Day to just, about 2 weeks ago, I would run from a person like that. I wouldn't fool with you no more, but I didn't, and I gave her grace. And I know she was going through a bout of depression. She's got it really bad.
Okay.
So, and I don't want to. I'm a nurturer, so I'm learning through her and with her where not to do too much. She's not gonna let you do too much anyway. And because she doesn't trust and she thinks the more close she gets, people always hurt her, verbally, physically, mentally. She's just abandoned, traumatized, abused, mentally, verbally, physically, all the above. So I don't know. I don't know.
Okay.
But I never run like I think I'm gonna do. I'm like, oh yeah, today is the day, tomorrow's the day, and I
I
just
understand.
listen to her. But I really enjoy her so much. So I guess that's why I don't want to run. I just don't want you to be playing with me
Okay.
while you're away. I don't mind anyone being away, but I don't need my time played with because I could go play too. I'm just as fine with that.
Yeah, I understand. Well, I hope that I answered your questions as best as possibly can.
That's it.
All right. And I want to thank you for always supporting and being here. And can't wait to do, if the both of you
Always.
going to come, both of you should, if you're going to come,
Absolutely, sir.
huh?
I wish you to come with me. I hope and wish that you'll be able to come.
Yeah, that'd be
I
perfect.
really do. She needs it really bad.
All right. Well, thank you
There you
again.
go. Thank you.
And,
Bye bye, Esther.
all right, bye. All right. That brings us to the end of it all. It's 3 o'clock. All right. That's how it go. All right, you guys. Y'all be safe. Love y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in, for being here with me. Enjoy